This is how fresh fruit gets to your table. Do you know what supermarkets you're packing for?
We're packing for Sainsburys, Waitrose, Market Spencer, Aldi sometimes.
An investigation by this programme reveals intimidating behaviour by managers.
If you don't want to work, I'm going to send this whole team home, OK? And I'm going to get another people in.
And the appalling conditions that predominantly Eastern European workers say they have to live in to pick and pack the fruit destined for our supermarkets.
Să leșin. Ahoit.
La ghetto.
La ghetto.
Practic, caravana care am intrat erau cum intri într-un ghetto.
And this isn't some far-flung outpost. It's happening right here in this country.
În 2 săptămâni de zile n-am avut curaj să spun ceva acasă despre condițiile de aici.
This is Kent, Garden of England, and home to Nickel Farm, owned by Paul Mansfield. His businesses supply 1 in 4 apples to Britain's top supermarkets. But not everything here is as serene as it appears. The apples in these fields end up on the shelves of our leading supermarkets, yet how they got there is a very different story. We've spoken to numerous workers who claim they're forced to work long, erratic hours, often without proper rest periods, and with bosses breathing down their necks. And many of them living in dirty and unhygienic caravans that they say aren't fit for animals. We wanted to see for ourselves how workers at the farm are treated. An undercover reporter working for Channel 4 News approaches Proforce, one of the employment agencies that hires workers for Mansfields. He's put on a temporary workers contract with the agency, minimum wage, no guarantees of regular work. We're told if they don't pack quick enough, they're out. On his first day, our reporter is told what's expected of him by his Proforce manager if he wants to become a supervisor. It's not long before we see what he means. Workers we've spoken to tell us Mansfields enforce strict packing targets. In the pack house today, it's 5 bags of Waitrose apples a minute. From 11:30 in the morning, they work straight through until 3 and then ask for a short break. But this is what they get from a Mansfields manager.
If you don't want to work, I'm going to send this whole team home, okay? And I'm going to get another people in. It's not about the team who don't want to work. We just want to these workers to be very for 10 minutes break. I've had enough.
I start working there.
This man has worked in the pack house for over a year. He could lose his job by speaking with us, so we've hidden his identity. He told me what would happen if he complained about the working conditions.
They push me all the time. They say only, that's the rules, you must work harder, if you don't like, you can go.
And if he does leave, he claims there's no shortage of people to replace him, something the agency Proforce disputes.
They always bring new guys. On Proforce, they bring something like 20-25 people more than what they need. And they keep them on the caravan and they rotate with the days of work, just to have a spare people.
You're just like
an object.
Like an object.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the workers live in shared caravans, which cost £35 a week per person. When our reporter signed up, he was told by a Proforce manager that the accommodation they provide is greatly improved.
The caravans, they looking, much more better than they was looking a couple of years ago. Yeah. When I came here, the caravan was awful. Now, we have a team which is looking after the caravan. That's why they do a really good job, yeah.
Up to 6 people can be squeezed inside a single caravan, and the money is deducted straight from their pay. So we've heard about a Romanian couple who've been here for a couple of weeks and living in what they say are terrible conditions inside their caravan. We're going to go and meet them and hear what they have to say.
Ne-a promis că o să avem totul în caravană, adică baie și bucătărie o să fie în caravană și că ea s-a exprimat în felul următor: eu am acolo condiții de lux.
They show us a video they filmed of the caravan Proforce housed them in down the road from Nickel Farm.
Prima seară când am intrat acolo, pur și simplu nu se putea inhala mirosul, deci puteai să leșini. Ahoit.
Ghetto.
Ghetto.
Practic, caravana când am intrat era cum intri într-un ghetto. Aer închis și cred că mai mult ca sigur curge pe lângă toaletă și s-au inhalat în mochetă. Așa miroase și în dormitor. Alea nu sunt condiții de omenești.
When you complain about this, what do they say? What do they do?
Ea a zis că o să fie în alte caravane, e mult mai deplorabil decât în cea care stăm noi.
A zis că e printre cea mai bună caravană. A intrat și dacă nu vă convine, puteți pleca.
This is a different caravan site on Nickel Farm owned by Mansfields. UK guidelines for employing farm workers say that caravans provided by employers should be safe, warm and secure and have a toilet, washing facilities and fresh drinking water. But according to this man who works in the fields, that's not the case.
Nu-i căldură, nu mai spunem de frig. Nu avem apă.
And he says he doesn't have a toilet. The nearest one is 100 meters away.
Baia este comună. 500 de oameni, sunt 6 dușuri din care merg doar 3. Pe nimeni nu interesează ce se întâmplă.
During busy periods, this is where potentially hundreds of people prepare to go to work, though there are sinks for staff to wash their hands immediately before entering the pack house. Then they come here to pack your fruit. They shift boxes and fill punnets. In the pack house, some workers claim they sometimes pack until 10 at night and have to be back at 6 the next morning. But Mansfield say these short rest periods are allowed under law in busy periods. We also heard about an incident when staff fell sick.
I had such a big problem today. 16 people called me yesterday, saying that they're still sick because of this. I was sick that day as well.
What kind of sickness?
It was some issue,
Okay.
It's fixed already.
We're told the problem was caused by a leaky air conditioner.
We see the smoke and
The fumes.
yeah, and hurt our heads.
So it gave you headaches.
Yes, it's like somebody push your head. They leave us to stay there till they finish the order, and next day something like 15, 16 people, they don't coming for work because they feel sick.
And were they allowed to be sick? They got paid when they were being? No. Mansfields and Proforce tell us that they did not receive any complaints about this incident. Proforce says only 2 people left their shift early and say the fumes were harmless condensation. But what about the supermarkets, Mansfield's customers? They carry out regular audits of their suppliers. But we're told when the inspectors come here, they don't get the full picture. Do you think that they know how you're being treated?
I don't think so. The lines rule slowly when we have this kind of audit, and everything is clean around. And
So when the supermarkets come,
yeah,
they slow things down
yeah,
and they clean up.
yeah.
And then when they go, what happens?
When they go, the trainer with the timers coming down and let's go faster, you are slowly.
And what happens to people that can't pack 5 bags of apples in 1 minute.
If they can't pack, they kick them off.
They kick them off. Mansfield's told us that nothing is hidden from the supermarkets. They said that inspections are largely unannounced and that it operates an audit-ready standard at all times. All the supermarkets told us that they take the ethical trading guidelines very seriously. No verbal abuse or intimidating behaviour, clean and safe accommodation, proper breaks. They told us tonight that worker welfare is their top priority and they are investigating our allegations. But it's the welfare of migrant workers, not British ones, that's at stake here. And that's the point. All those we spoke to said British workers who came to the farm left within days, not prepared to put up with the conditions. How does it make you feel about living and working in Britain?
N-am avut curaj să spun ceva acasă despre condițiile de aici.
So you haven't told your wife and your children the truth of your life here? We all crave quality food at low prices. With a never-ending supply of disposable human labour, this is how you get it. And someone else is paying the price.